Hey everyone, I'm really glad you're joining me today because I have been really craving like balancing poses, tree pose, and standing on one leg for some reason. And so I also saw that a lot of you requested a similar class in the comments on my latest social media posts on Facebook and Instagram. So I thought, it's some kind of sign we have to do this class together. So today's class is just going to be some of my favorite balancing poses to help even everything out. You don't need any special props, just your yoga mat. So whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started. You're just going to start sitting up comfortably, and I want you to take the knees wide apart so that you can actually cross your right ankle in front of your left shin. So relax the shoulders down, sit up nice and tall, and you're going to crawl the left fingertips as far out as you can while keeping the right hip down. So don't let the hip pop up at all. Keep the hips down and just stretch the right arm all the way up and over. So the only thing I want you to think about really is lengthening the right side of your body. So just relax the left shoulder if you can, maybe drop to the elbow, make sure the neck isn't tense. And just take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Come all the way back up. And we're just going to switch the legs. So move the left shin, or the left ankle in front of the right shin. And the knees are really far apart from each other, if that helps you. Sitting evenly on the hips, crawl the right fingertips really far out, and then stretch the left arm all the way up. So again, pay attention to the neck. Slowly come back up. Go ahead and swing your feet to the back of your mat and bring your hands forward. We're just going to sit up and back into a downward facing dog. So nothing too fancy, maybe pedal out the feet a little bit just to lengthen the legs. And we're actually not going to warm up the body a whole lot for these because I think it kind of gives you a truer sense of where your balance is at if you go right into some of these poses. That's definitely not the case with all yoga poses, just the ones we're doing today. Because since we're not fully warmed up, we kind of get a feel for where we're at if we just start right off the bat. From here, look to the top of your mat. Step the feet up to the hands and stand. Nothing too fancy. We're going to come into tree pose, standing on the right leg first. So go ahead and tuck the left heel in to any level that you can. So the heel can be on the ankle, if that works, on the calf, if you want a little bit more, or anywhere above the knee. Just make sure you're not right on that knee joint. Find one point to focus on, relax the shoulders, pull the belly in, and breathe. We're going to hold for a few moments here. And obviously, if you're a little bit wobbly and you have to step down, that's totally fine. You want to press into all points of the right foot. Think of squeezing the right thigh away from the kneecap. And try to relax the upper body as much as you can while pulling the belly back. And take one more breath. And when you're ready, you're going to let the hands go. Unhook the left heel from the leg and keep the knee bent at 90 degrees. Take the right hand outside the left knee and pull the left arm far back. So keep the shoulders over the hips. You're just reaching through the fingertips to lengthen that arm. If you can look back, great. If you need to look just sideways or forward, that's okay too. Make sure the left hip isn't hiking up. Keep it level with the right side. And very cautiously, we're going to move from here to a warrior 3. So go ahead and stretch the arms up overhead. As you exhale, kick the left heel back, lean forward, so you're reaching the fingertips towards the front of your mat and reaching the left toes straight back. Keep the toes facing the floor, maybe bending through the right knee. Take one more breath in. On the exhale, step the left foot back and find a crescent lunge. So you might have to adjust your feet here. Make sure the right knee is stacked over the toes. Lift through the fingertips, sit the hips down. Exhale, take the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Spin the right arm open so the chest is facing the right thigh. Squeeze the left thigh away from the floor. Take one more breath. And exhale the right hand down. Frame the right foot. Step the left foot up a few inches and square the hips off towards the front of your mat. So you might end up having to come to the shin, which is okay. You might have to bend the right knee a little bit, also okay. If you can, keep the hands down and maybe fold over the right leg. Drop the head. And again, if that's too much, you can lift up a little bit. We've got 2 more breaths here in pyramid pose. And then look up. Push into the hands. Step back to a downward facing dog. We're not going to stay here long. And just look forward. Go ahead and walk the feet behind the hands and stand all the way up. We're going to do tree pose on the other side. So standing on the left foot now. Bring your right foot into your tree pose. Any level works. Finding one point to focus on, bring the hands to the heart center. And remember to engage that left leg. Shoulders relax back. If you need more of a challenge, you can try closing the eyes. Let's take 2 more breaths. And from here, unhook that right foot, square it to 90 degrees. You're going to take both arms up. The right arm will reach back. The left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. So look any direction that you're comfortable with, getting a little bit of a twist. Pulling the belly in, hugging the rib cage down. Opening through the right side of the chest. And very carefully, from here, we're going to move to Warrior 3. So turn the chest forward, reach the arms up. As you exhale, kick the right foot back. Keep reaching the arms forward, the right toes face down. You can even bring the hands to the hips if that feels better. Take one more breath. Exhale the right foot back, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the chest up. Sit the hips down, squeeze the right leg away from the floor. Exhale the right hand to the inside of the left foot. Spin the chest open, maybe look up. Keep squeezing that right leg so it's nice and straight. And on your exhale, take the left hand down, step the right foot in a few inches. So the right toes face forward, the left toes face forward. If you need to put a little bend in the left knee, you can. If you need to come to the shin, that's okay too. Otherwise, coming into pyramid pose, square the hips, reach the chest as far as you can, and fold over the left thigh. And keeping in mind that all of this is really relative, so you don't have to look exactly the way I do. You can modify it however you need. Especially if you're pretty new to some of these poses, I think a good gauge is if you're feeling pretty good, you're on the right track. So don't overthink it beyond that. And take one more breath. And then look to the hands. Push into the palms, step back to a downward facing dog, and take a couple breaths here. And take one more breath in. Slowly shift your weight forward, coming down to the knees. Have a seat in the center of your mat and cross the legs comfortably. So it doesn't have to be exactly as they were when we started. Just whatever works is good. So if you want to cross one heel in front of the shin, you can. Just pick a side that feels good and then close the eyes. So we can't have a fully balanced mini practice without a little bit of breath work. So we're not going to do anything fancy. I just want you to let the eyes close and just notice the breath with the inhale, with the exhale. You're not trying to make it do anything. You're just observing. Noticing that the longer you sit here, the slower the breath gets. The less jittery the body becomes. And the more balanced we feel. And of course, you can stay here for longer if you'd like. Otherwise, take a full breath in and pick the arms up overhead. Pressing the hands together, exhale them right down to the heart center, sealing it all in. And then when you're ready, let the eyes blink open. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that one. If you found it helpful, and I really hope you did, make sure you share it with a friend who might also find some helpful tips in here. Sometimes it's nice just to know where we stand in certain poses, and this is a really good, easy, quick way to do that. So let me know what you want to see next in the comments below, and I will see you right back here next time. Have a great rest of your day.